Good, everybody. So, something is happening in a galaxy far, far away, and it involves Kathleen Kennedy. So, I've been following this whole Star Wars thing, like, way before The Last Jedi, like, since The Force Awakens came out. Like, I remember that first trailer that they did in the desert of the planet that Rey's on. Can't remember the name of it. Jakku? Yeah, Jakku. And you had Finn just pop up, and it's like, "Doop." I was like, whoa. But I didn't have like the reaction that all these people keep saying that everybody had. There was like, oh, everybody's racist. They saw a black guy as the first person to be shown as a stormtrooper, and they hate it, so they're racist. It's like, no, no. It's just like most people don't know because a lot of people grew up on the prequels and didn't read the expanded novels. Like most people don't know that the stormtroopers are not clones. The stormtroopers are kids that were taken, like orphans that were taken, you know, homeless kids and stuff like that. And they actually kind of showed that in the Solo movie, which I didn't see in theaters, but I just recently saw it. Won't say how I saw it, but I saw it. They didn't get any money. But yeah, they actually kind of showed how like the kids like joined the local street thug gang leaders or whatever, and then they get picked off and become a part of the Empire and things like that. That's stormtroopers. They're not Jango Fett clones from the prequels. So a lot of people were mad about that because they thought they were breaking canon. They weren't. But yeah, most general people didn't care at all. But where the problem started arising was when Kathleen Kennedy came out with like her female writing staff. I think she made like every writer a woman. I think she did. But no, that can't be because Kasdan wrote Solo. But I don't know, maybe back then during The Force Awakens, she just had like, I think it was like 50% or all the writers were female. And that right there, quotas, I have a lot to say about quotas. I'll say it in another video, but that's retarded. And then you had the thing where she came out with all of them and they were wearing the shirt that said The Force is female. Yeah, that's like a billion times worse than the Force is made of midichlorians. Now we got to deal with the midichlorians because that's canon. It's in the movies as they're accepted as canon. But yeah, the main point of the Force is that it's a force, like gravity. Last time I checked, gravity didn't have a dick or a vagina. So yeah, but everybody knew why she did it. She did it to pander to feminists, SJWs. She thinks that women are these weak-willed, weak-minded little individual fragile things that need to be pandered to and told that they're better than men in every single instance, or they're just going to crumble and not like anything. That's the reason why women aren't interested in Star Wars or things like G.I. Joe. And I know there are some women that are, but like the vast majority of these properties, the fans are men. And these idiots like Kathleen Kennedy, these feminists, think that the reason why women don't want to be in it is because it's not inclusive to women. There are female characters in all of these properties. Badass female characters. Like, really good female characters in all of these fucking properties. But women just don't latch onto it because these are action properties. These are like war, Star Wars, G.I. Soldier Joe, G.I. Joe. Is about war type stuff. And that interests men more because of testosterone and, you know, biological stuff like that. It's just a fact. And Legos. The overwhelming majority of fans of Legos, little boys, because you build stuff. It's just a biological thing. Watch some Jordan Peterson, for real. Even though I knew all this before Jordan Peterson, but I mean, just watch him. He's a good introduction to facts like that. But yeah, so Kathleen Kennedy comes out. It's like, yeah, main character of this movie is gonna be a woman. It's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But then it started the whole Ghostbusters things again. If you don't like it, you're a sexist. Even though she comes out with a fucking shirt that says The Force is female, basically saying fuck you to more than half of the fan base of the property. It's like, no, deal with it. You all need to be good little male allies and just step aside, step up, shut up. You know, like that senator in the whole Kavanaugh thing said, just shut up and step up. That's basically what Kathleen Kennedy did. Now, did that make The Force Awakens bomb? No, because it's been a long ass time since Star Wars came out. Trailer looked awesome. The movie, not so much. movie wasn't horrible. In fact, the movie was pretty good. It was a rehash of A New Hope, and A New Hope was fucking phenomenal. So obviously, if they do it right, which they for the most part did, it's gonna be good, and it's gonna make a shit ton of money, and it did, over $2 billion, I believe. I don't like the fact that they killed off Han. I saw it coming a mile away. Like, the second I saw that big bridge, that wide shot of the bridge, I was like, yeah, Han's dead. He's dead. It hurt because Han Solo's my favorite character. He's the Vegeta of Star Wars universe. But hey, Harrison Ford never really liked playing the character, you know, so he didn't want it no more. So he was like, I'm coming back, but I want another Indiana Jones and kill this guy off, so I ain't got to do this stuff no more. He can't be a Force Ghost. He's human, so don't even try and bring me back. And they're like, Harrison, what about flashbacks though? Fuck you. I want my Indiana Jones, and that's it. Yeah, but nah, The Force Awakens, it was alright. I mean, Kylo Ren is a little fucking soy boy, and I believe that's the first time I've ever used that term, but yeah, he fits he fits those parameters quite perfectly. He's whiny. When he doesn't get his way, he starts thrashing around and destroying stuff, kind of like Antifa, all dressed in black. But yeah, and in The Last Jedi, he's like coming around trying to get Rey to just, no, I really just did all this because I want to fuck you, so, you know, let's get this Reylo thing. He's a fucking soy boy. I mean, for real, he is. And I mean, I don't hate the character. It's just that he's not on the level of any other villains that I've seen in Star Wars. I'm talking about Sith Lords. Like, he's not on any of their level. He's just, I don't know what the hell they were doing with this guy, but that's not even the reason why this stuff started being hated. Now, everybody thinks that everything started with The Last Jedi. No, that's where everything blew up. There was a bunch of different type of lines, like coming in from different directions, that were all converging on each other for this to just blow up. And what's sad is that they all had the opportunity to fix it somewhat and get everything back on the right track, but they just went full-blown SJW, feminist, man-hating, hysteria, fucking, we hate capitalism, we hate white people, we hate everything, we just hate it all. They went full balls to the wall in The Last Jedi, and there's been like a bunch of fucking videos that described everything that happened with that, so I'm not gonna waste y'all time trying to explain everything, but basically, The Last Jedi is an SJW movie. Now, after The Last Jedi, Solo came out, and Solo, I hated that part in The Falcon where Lando's talking to the robot, and they imply that he's fucking the robot. I fucking hate that. That just fucking just cuts the nuts off of the Lando Calrissian from Empire Strikes Back. Billy D. Williams used to be one of the men of men back in the day, and that's saying something because everybody says like, oh yeah, black people couldn't do shit back then. He was considered a fucking icon even back then, and it just became more so after Empire Strikes Back. And he was just a cool guy. Like, I kind of model myself, like a few things that I did in real life when I go to like dive bars or whatever, and I'm shooting pool. I love shooting pool, and I love women that like to shoot pool, especially when they're beautiful, because when they bend over to shoot you. No, but every single time I would walk up, you know, you introduce yourself before the game. I'd be like, hello, my name is J. Mike. I'm the administrator of this pool team. Real Star Wars fans know where that line's from. But anyways, yeah, he was an icon. Now he's a robot fucker. He was like crying when that robot got blown. He's like, L3, no! I was like, what the fuck? But pretty much everything else like was in line with how cool his character is. I liked him. I liked the way he was like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out, just takes the Falcon and leaves when Han and everybody gets surrounded by the gangsters that were gonna become the part of the new rebellion. That's led by, like, it looks like a fucking 13-year-old girl. Yeah, whatever. But, yeah, Solo, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. But the thing that made it fail is because you had people that were pissed off about The Last Jedi, and they were like, you know what? Fix Star Wars or we're done with it. Now, Ron Howard came in. I don't know if it was Ron Howard that did this, but when he came in, I mean, the finished product, I mean, it's not horrible. It's not really like the feminist claptrap that The Last Jedi was. So it looked like they were trying to be back on the right path, but They had to take a little hit, because of The Last Jedi, so people didn't watch it. It lost $80 million. That's that. Now, you think that Lucasfilm would get that message, you think that Disney would get that message and be like, okay, we need to like restructure. And in the news they've been saying that, yeah, they're gonna restructure and they're gonna like start trying to fix some things, but what's really got people pissed off right now is they said Kathleen Kennedy is on for another 3 more years. She got a new contract. She's about to get an award, I think, at the Academy Awards or whatever. She's going to get an award. So really basically the definition of failing upwards. And I called this, like, not in the video or anything, but in the comment section of some videos that I watch about the whole Star Wars thing. I was like, yeah, you guys are like really hyped up on them getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy, but I don't think they got the nuts to do it. They ain't got the cojones to do this one, because if they do it, like, they are just so afraid of the backlash that they're just not gonna do it, because most of the general public don't realize that what they were trying to do, they didn't realize and they didn't care about from the start of it with The Force Awakens, where Kathleen Kennedy came out with a shirt that says the Force is female. They didn't care about the purple-haired chick, Holdo, berating Poe Dameron and all this other type of stuff. They didn't really care. I mean, I'm pretty sure they cared to the extent of like, why doesn't she just tell them the plan? But they didn't care about the anti-male, like, feminist bullshit that was there. So if they were to see Kathleen Kennedy get fired, they would be convincible by the SJW mob that, look, you see, they're all misogynists and they just hate women. The first woman that was president of Lucasfilm, first woman that's president of a major studio company, and she gets fired because of all these sexist, far-right, yeah. So they would be convinced by that, and you'd have like another fucking women's march through the streets and shit, and Disney don't want that type of fucking backlash. They don't. So I was like, yeah, they're not gonna fire this woman. And as another creator that I watch that I'm a fan of would say, fuck you, I was right. Yeah, no, but I'm not actually happy that I'm right about that one. But yeah, it sucks, and I don't think this whole SJW infusement with Star Wars is gonna stop anytime soon. Like you see it with the whole fucking Star Wars Resistance thing, which just looks awful. And they should have just stuck with the damn expanded universe books. Like, they tried to bring Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels, which I liked, but the story in the books, even though the story in Rebels, like, it got pretty fucking good when Thrawn came in, but the story in the books is like 1,000,000 times better. They should have just adapted that more. Like, I'm sure the writers would have given them the okay to do that, and even if the writers didn't, I mean, they own the property, so they can fucking do it. Just tweak a few things so it's not like straight up ripping it off. And even if they straight up ripped it off, I'm sure people would be happy about that, but nope. They have to. And while I'm on the subject of Star Wars, I don't know if I'm going to make another video about Star Wars, but the whole fucking bombing thing, yeah, this is a random, like, rant going off in different directions, sorry, but I had to say this before I end it. The whole fucking thing that really got me, besides the SJW stuff, is that they just didn't pay attention to the lore. Like, they have these fucking bombers coming in to take out the Star Destroyer. Where the fuck are the Y-Wings? I know everybody said this already, but where the fuck are the Y-Wings? Where are they? And how the fuck do you drop a goddamn bomb out of a fucking spaceship and it falls as if it has gravity to hit the fucking Star Destroyer? It's space. Shit floats in space. What the... Maybe you're gonna have some SJW scientist nerd fucking come on and be like, oh well, the gravitational pull of the Star Destroyer is what made it be able to fall like that, and or maybe they put a device on it that makes it able to fall. Okay, what the fuck ever. It's still stupid. It's still fucking stupid. And yeah, but they brought Kathleen Kennedy back on, which means they didn't learn the get woke, go broke lesson. Now, this is Star Wars. If it fizzles out, it's gonna take a really long time to fizzle out. Now you got a bunch of people saying like, oh yeah, well, it's on now. Star Wars 9 is going to do worse than Solo. Worse than The Last Jedi? Maybe. Depends on what they do with the story. But worse than Solo? No. I don't think it's going to lose money. Even with Kathleen Kennedy having her contract extended, I don't think it's going to lose money. I think it's still going to do over $1 billion. Wouldn't it be something if it only made like 800 million or something like that? I think that even with a budget as high as like something like X-Men Days of Future Past, which was like $250 million or something like that. Even if they spent that, if it made 800 million, it would still make a profit. But that would be like Justice League type profits, and that, man, they don't want that. Maybe if that happens, they're still not gonna fire Kathleen Kennedy, but maybe they'll fucking rein her in and be like, okay, this feminist bullshit, it needs to stop right now. This SJW bullshit, it needs to stop right now. I hope that's what happens. I really do, because like everybody else that's a fan of Star Wars, I've been waiting for, like the continuation. Like, what happens next? Are they gonna do the Yuzan Vong? Are they gonna do Darth Krayt? Are they gonna do like some type of form of the story where with Jason Solo? Well, they're doing that now, and they're not doing a good job of it. Like, really bad job of it, but maybe they can reformulate it into another type of family or something like that where they do it good, but I don't know. But it doesn't look like we're going to see any of those stories. I don't know. There's still a chance that they could like get Dave Filoni to like do the whole like that time zone that they did where he was the hero of Rebels, kind of blanking on his name right now, but he went in and he saved Ahsoka. Maybe they can do that. I'm not saying like save Luke, like Luke's dead because of another phone malfunction. Having a lot of those. Really need to get that hard drive soon. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, Luke's dead. I'm not really like pining over it. Like it's not a deciding factor of me whether or not they bring him back. They're obviously gonna have him be a Force ghost, but yeah, they don't need to bring him back to be alive. They fucked that up. They made that mistake. Get through it. Build off of it. Make a good fucking story. And J.J. Abrams, he's good at making movies. I mean, a lot of people don't give him a lot of shit, but and he is on that SJW bandwagon too, because he has to be, I think. Or maybe he really believes in it, I don't know, but I'm a fan of the original Star Trek series. I've seen every episode of every series except for Discovery. Seen a few episodes of that. It's got a good production value, but yeah. But yeah, J.J. Abrams, he's good at making movies. I like his Star Trek movies. Star Trek Beyond, he didn't direct that one, but that one was good. Like, I don't think it deserves the hate that it got. That one was good. Second one, nah, not really. But the first one, yes. So he's good at making, fast-paced action movies, which is what Star Wars is. And he's good at putting in, the basic story elements and beats and doing them in like a comedic way to make you chuckle and, you're being entertained. It's nothing groundbreaking, like the original Star Wars movies, but, you're entertained. So he can turn this ship around in a semi-good direction, but we'll see what happens. That's all I got on that, y'all. Peace.